Good evening. I'm Nick Levinstein of the Chicago Bitcoin Exchange, and I'm very excited to tell you about our Pan African Challenge. So, welcome to Chicago Bitcoin Exchange and our $10,000 Pan African Challenge and what it means to you. Chicago Bitcoin Exchange is here to boost innovation and promote fair pricing and to reward its members. Here's one of them, Paul Fassison. He was one of our early testers and customers in Nigeria, and that's the first place we got banking. So that's where our challenge begins. So here's some reasons you should love our exchange. We have an amazing cash transfer service that works in dollars, euro, naira, or Bitcoin equivalent. We're the first to broker prices and automatically fill in naira. We're going to be shortly Nigeria's first spot exchange for crypto. And we have our $10,000 crypto challenge to become wealthy through our referral program. So Africa, actually, and let me, before I go into that, what does this actually look like? Here's a homepage for our exchange, Chicago Bitcoin Exchange. And then if you go on it, you have a bunch of wallets in dollar, naira, euro, Bitcoin, ZapCash. I've already been paying vendors on my personal account. I sent like $6,000 out of ZapCash. And anyway, we have different videos on all these things, how they work. Another thing is this is the first place in Africa, or actually Nigeria anyway, where you can get quoted prices in the local currency. So for instance, if I want to buy Bitcoin in dollars, that's easy to find out. But Nigerian naira, it's 2.876 million naira. So anyway, I can't go over everything today, but it's a very dynamic, interesting exchange. Another thing I talked about was this award we put up, the $10,000 crypto challenge. So if you go to the levenstein.net webpage, we have all the rules there for how you win by being the best trader. So we hope this does a lot to foster financial innovation in Nigeria and around the world. And we're very excited to offer this gift or this reward for doing a good job. Anyway, if you live in Nigeria or elsewhere, probably appreciate that Africa is not actually a country, but within it there are regions. One of our early beta testers or customers was Rex, and he sent us $16,000 wire. We did not notice, or one of our employees missed it, it had bounced and it was rejected. So in the meantime, Rex turns out not to have been in Nigeria where we thought he was and where the documents pointed to, but in Cameroon. He sold the 2 Bitcoin for cash, and lo and behold, was holding basically 10 years' salary in his hand before we knew what was going on. So normally you'd think someone would cheat us this cash. We're not going to send the Marines to Cameroon to find him, even if we could. But that's not what happened at all. He didn't steal the money. He spent all day going to banks trying to send it back, and they wouldn't let him because it was too much money, or they just wouldn't do the conversion. We finally got it back. One of our ideas, guys had the idea of using a currency trader, but we took a $1,600 bath. So the lesson to us was the entrepreneurs are honest and they want a good reputation, but it's expensive to move money around the same region. It's not like Europe where the next state's in euro, or the United States where the next region is in, or the next state's in dollars. Again, I check out the brokerage service. I showed you our webpage. It's great. But what really excites me is a spot exchange where, like essentially, if you're buying and selling large amounts of Bitcoin there, the people like us just we convert the currency and buy it on the international market. Very shortly, we're beta testing now. This order book isn't live, but it will be shortly. Traders, arbitrageurs in Nigeria and from the rest of the world can trade directly dollars for Bitcoin. I'm sorry, Naira for Bitcoin, and then figure out other exchange rates to bring it into line. And we think this will be really good for pricing there and businessmen there. So anyway, we are by and for our members. We have very reasonable fees. On the spot exchange, you only have to pay a half of a percent to take a bid and only a tenth of 1% to make it. Our fees are reduced after you pass $1 million in volume, which, it seems like a lot, but it isn't. People get up there pretty quickly. So it drops by a factor of 5 to a tenth of 1% for a taker and 20th of 1% for a maker if they're putting bids up. Plus, remember, if you refer anybody by sending them some ZapCash, even send them a penny and we'll have them as your referral, you can make up to $10,000 of the fees we charge them. And there's a $10,000 crypto challenge to foster innovation. So where do you get information? On the Chicago Bitcoin Exchange website or on our frequently asked question page. If you go down here, we set up a bunch of videos. You click any of those buttons, you get a video about withdrawing to your bank account, whatever you need to do. And I guess it sounds corny, but come make history with us. You see, we're getting started in Nigeria. That's where our first banking relations are. I already know that people in Cameroon are interested in us, and soon maybe we'll link the whole continent with its billion people and dynamic cultures. So come join us and contact us on Chicago Bitcoin Exchange. There's a way to send a form here in the contact information if you have any questions. Look forward to speaking to you all soon, hopefully having you as our customers.